Chopin's Waltz in D-flat major, opus 64 number 1, known as the Minute Waltz. Is it really supposed to be played in 1 minute? It's 140 bars long and it's 3 beats per bar. So that would make the tempo that's required 1 minute to carry the 1, 420 BPM. The modest tempo of 400 BPM. That's like superhuman speed. Doesn't really make sense. But why is it called the Minute Waltz then? Well, stick around and you'll find out. Well, it turns out the minute marking is only meant as an adjective, like a small waltz, petite or miniature, that sense of the word. But the real story is in the French title or nickname of the piece that Chopin also referred it to, La Valse de Petit Chien, Waltz of the Puppy. So apparently Chopin was inspired by a scene of a little dog chasing his own tail, running around in circles. And musically he managed to capture this in a brilliant way, using only this 4-note motif. So it's 3 notes upward and then 3 notes down. And they're tied together with the same note. And then it just goes around and round. Brilliant. So the piece starts off with this a little bit hesitant the first bars. But then we get going, and then the left hand enters with a proper waltz accompaniment. And then the right hand takes off upward. So there's a cool rhythmic thing going on here, because the puppy motif is kind of in 2. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. But then it's superimposed over the waltz accompaniment that is in 3. So it creates this jumpy and playfulness of the piece. And harmonically, it's very simple. We just go from D flat major tonic to the A flat major 7th dominant. Now for the second part of the quick section, it starts climbing upward and running around like the F here. And it's expanded with triplets. And then it's upward to A flat. It's just around this note. And now we get some longer runs up and down. Down first. And it's repeated, but now it's highlighting a line in the left hand underneath. So it's a really nice, simple harmonic progression. It's a F7 to B flat minor. It's a dominant to B flat minor. That's the relative minor to D flat major. And then it's A flat 7th, the dominant to D flat. So just simple within the scale like that. And then a cadence with the 4 subdominant, G flat 6, and then A flat in the bass dominant with 6/4, and dominant 7 to D flat major, the tonic. So that's all the harmony there, but that's just underneath the lovely surface. And now starts the middle section, which is a complete contrast. And now it's like the puppy is stopping, running around, and looks up with his big puppy eyes and sees the humans are dancing in the ballroom, because this is your standard ballroom waltz feeling. music and just keep the grace and the elegance of this all the way. Sostenuto is sustained, slower and a bit restrained. And this lovely, the E natural is the augmented fifth on the A flat dominant. It's a leading note to F, the major third in D flat. Again, just moving between dominant and tonic. A flat to D flat, D flat. But here, suddenly we get a slightly more dramatic outburst gesture. This is a cadence on F minor. With these chromatic leaps. But it goes back. And it's repeat of the same material. Now it's dolcissimo, super sweet. And we get this added upbeat on the A flat in the high register, like a extra decoration on top. It takes a new turn. And we land on the trill that's going to take us back to a repeat of the A section. But these bars are like the most interesting harmonically in the piece, so I'm going to look a little bit closer on that. So we go here to, this is a B flat 7. So if this was a dominant, we get these super nice chromatic suspensions on the chord before. So if B flat is the dominant, this is like a 2 half diminished. So the 2 would be on F. The diminished fifth and 7, half diminished. And these are chromatic suspensions to the B flat and the third, the D natural. It's like a typical romantic, maybe even Chopin move, these kind of chords. But then it moves on. The bass goes in the circle of fifth motion, E flat, A flat, and then that's dominant to D flat. But that's suspended until later. Now E flat, but it's 7. And then it turns to minor. So this is a little bit reflective just here. Super nice, just for a brief moment. And it's actually kind of the same move here with a B double flat. So then the puppy starts chasing its own tail again. And we get the complete repeat of the A section. But now it starts in forte, so it's a little bit more triumphant in the beginning, but then it goes back to piano and the lightness of it. And then it's just until the very end, the last scale down is expanded, so it starts 1 octave higher. And I will now finish this episode by playing this section when it returns and finishes the piece. Thanks for watching Sonata Secrets. I'm Henrik Kilhamn, and a special shout out to my Patreon sponsors M and S Engelbrechtsen.